Hello, good morning, student of class 11th Commerce. Welcome to Pandasar's virtual class on statistics. And today we are going to discuss about how to calculate standard deviation, which is a measure of dispersion in continuous series. So, in this example, we have taken this continuous series. The value ranges from 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12 and 12 to 16, and with their respective frequencies. As you know, in order to calculate standard deviation, we need to first find the midpoint, and after finding the midpoint, we need to find Fm, that is frequency into the respective midpoints. So here, after finding Pm, according to the formula, all three formulas we are going to use, that is direct method, that is shortcut method, and step deviation method. So according to the method, whatever aggregate is required, we need to make their column. So first come to direct method, and first of all we need to find the actual mean, where the formula for actual mean is x bar equal to summation fm by summation f. You are quite acquainted with all these things earlier. And here in this series, the actual mean what we calculated is 6. Now it is time for the formula for standard deviation. The formula needed in a continuous series is summation fd square upon summation f and total square root. So we need to first find out fd, that is frequency into deviation. And how to find deviation? Here we are going to find a deviation from x bar, or the average or the arithmetic mean, how much difference is there between the mid value and the x bar. Hence x bar is 6. So first mid value 2 minus 6 equal to minus 4, then 6 minus 6 equal to 0, and 10 minus 6 equal to 4, then 14 minus 6 equal to 8. In this way we found the column D. After that we need to find D square by squaring the column D. 4 4 is 16, 4 4 is 16, 8 8 is 64. In this way we calculated found the D square column. And after that we need to multiply F with the D square, because we need FD square. So 4 into 16 64. In this way, by multiplying frequency with the D square, we got the FD square column, and we need to get the aggregate, that is the sum total of all the FD square, which is 160. Now once we get the required aggregates, simply putting the formula 160 upon 15 root over, that is 10.67 root over, means 3.26. But you need to ensure that you must be correctly finding out the square roots. After completing that is correlation and index number, in 1 or 2 videos we will be discussing about how to find square root of a given number, whether it is a round number or a fraction or a decimal number, how to accurately find the square root. So once you got the standard deviation, divide the once you get the standard deviation here, this is HD, not CD. Standard deviation divided by x bar equal to coefficient of standard deviation. So 3.26 divides 6, that is x bar equal to 0.54, that is the coefficient of standard deviation. And we calculated this standard deviation and coefficient of standard deviation using direct method. The same way, here we are going to find out the same thing using shortcut method, and a little bit variation in the formula. That is standard deviation is summation fd square upon summation f minus summation fd upon summation f total square and the whole square root. So additionally we need to find summation fd. And one thing you must be remembering, that when we are using a shortcut method or step deviation method, in order to find deviation we need to use the assumed mean, not the actual mean. You see, among the midpoints we have taken 10 as the assumed mean, and we need to find the deviation of each and every value from the assumed mean, not from the actual mean. That means 2 minus 10 equal to minus 8. In this way we will find the D column. After finding D column we need to find FD, and after FD by squaring D column we will get D square, and ultimately F multiplied by D square equal to FD square, and sum of FD square which is 400. Once we get the value, use the formula 400 upon 15 minus 60 upon 15 square root, and it's a simple mathematical calculation, and ultimately we arrived at 3.26, the same value what we found in direct method. See students, whatever may be the method, the result must be same. If you find any variation in result, then be sure that somewhere you have committed some mistake. Then we also need the actual mean. That's why by applying formula according to shortcut method, that is A plus summation FD upon summation F, we will get the same 6 to be the actual mean, and by dividing standard deviation with the actual mean, again we got the same 0.54 as the coefficient of standard deviation, which is an absolute value. Next, the same thing, instead of D we would minimize D by dividing the D column with the common factor, and you can see here D we can take 4 because 8, 4 and 4 all are divisible by 4, number 4, and in this way we found the D1 column, D dash column, and after that D dash square, FD dash square, and you see D column I have found here because here there is a lack of space, so D column, D dash column here I found, and after finding D dash column by squaring it we will get a D dash square, and multiplying it with F frequency we will get the FD dash square column. Now simply again some mathematical calculation using the same formula, but here you see getting the actual mean also here needs some different formula. Instead of D we are taking D dash, that's why ultimately we have to multiply the value with C, that is common factor. So again the actual mean is 6, the standard deviation is 3.26, and coefficient of standard deviation is 0.54. So this is how to calculate standard deviation and its coefficient using all three methods, that is direct method, shortcut method and step deviation method. So this much about measure of dispersion. Tomorrow onwards we will start a new chapter, that is correlation. So always just check the video the day I am sending, and if you are getting anything confused, any confusion you are getting from the video or what I am speaking in the video, then just clarify it. I am always free. You please contact me or message me to solve your doubt. So for today, thank you and have a nice day.